Rasmus Dahlin at the All-Star game in Toronto. We have wanted to have you ever since you had that pizza party with your teammates. You seem like a fun guy.
I like hosting parties, and that time was way too much pizza.
It was how many guys were there?
We were like 12 guys and 10 large pizzas and like 200 wings or something. It was not good.
I did like the inclusion of the Hawaiian pizza. Whose decision was that?
So backstory, I asked her like, what do you call Cole? Team ops. Just can you make an order? We're gonna have a team party, and he added 2 Hawaiian pizzas. So, yeah, I'm not a fan of Hawaiian pizza actually.
So one of your colleagues placed the order. I couldn't help but notice the receipt at the very top says Rasmus Dahlin. Did he call it in under your name?
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
That's the weirdest thing I've ever heard in my life, because I've heard of celebrities not using their real name. I've never heard of a civilian using a celebrity's name to get pizza for a celebrity. And I'm sorry I just called you a celebrity and made it weird and everything, but that's wild. I love that move. I also love that Zach Benson had to pick it up.
Oh yeah.
So he lives with you?
He lives with me, yes.
Is he your errand boy?
What's that?
Is he your errand boy?
No, he never listens to me. But I had to go grab the chips and the pop and all that, so he had to go take the pizza, and he got a lot of credit for it.
There's something really wholesome about a pizza party, because I'm sure that maybe guys were throwing back whatever their beverage of choice may be, but like there's pizza at every sort of party.
Even the word pop, the use of the word pop is very wholesome. But I don't know what it's in reference to, whether it's beer or soda, but like no matter what, it's very wholesome.
But I feel like when something is a pizza party, it's just, and correct me if I'm wrong, like it's not going to get out of hand, other than maybe you end up with some leftover pizza, which, buddy, that doesn't sound like a problem for me. Toss that in the fridge.
Oh yeah, and a lot of guys brought home some pizza too, so they probably had a pizza for a month or so. So it's
amazing. Good. This was to watch the Bills, correct?
Yes, correct.
Amazing. Linus Ullmark, former teammate of yours and pal, he's a big Bills fan. Can you play sports in Buffalo without like getting that Bills all over you?
What do you mean by that?
Like our producer Sean is like a psycho Bills fan, and I don't know any casual Bills fans. I know, like,
it's hardcore. If you're a Bills fan, you have to. You can't just go half. You got to go all in. You know.
Do you think that I mean, obviously the Bills have had a little more playoff success recently, but like, do you think that you guys, the Bills, are both in that sort of like, we've got the guys, and like we're knocking on the door, and like once we get there, watch out?
For sure. I mean, we're a young team, and we got some stuff to figure out, and we got to be more consistent. But we got all the talent in the world, and we got to compete. We got great guys in the locker room, so we have it. Just experience. We need some more experience, and when we have that, I mean, we're going to be a dangerous team in this league for a long time.
Did you guys feel like the shift of the public perception of you guys from last year to like even this summer? Because I feel like you guys were the hype around like, oh, the Sabres are the team that's going to take the next step. Did you feel that at all?
Yeah, for sure. And that's what we were expecting. We were expecting to take the next step. And yeah, it was a lot of outside noise that we never been a part of before too. So it was a lot of new challenges coming into this year, and we slowly we slowly are figuring it out. And I think we're finding us as a good team now, and we have a lot to give still.
Do you look at a team like the Oilers, and like they're a team with so many good players who are like either young or entering their prime or whatever, and like they're kind of similar to you guys of like when it's turned on, it's crazy. Do you look at what they're doing right now and say like this is feasible, not to like break any sort of win streak records or anything, but like we can be this like dominant top of the conference sort of team?
For sure. I mean, some of the games we play unbelievable, and we beat the best teams in the league, and we outscore them, and it feels like the game is super easy. And then another game we can't really find it. So yeah, I mean, we can for sure be a really good team in this league. We just got some work to do.
You guys gave Boston such a good game in December.
You know why?
Why?
I wasn't on the ice. I didn't play that game.
Were you really? I'll tell you the truth. No one else could have played. I would have noticed. We were up very close. I was so stunned by Tage Thompson. And just the question I wrote down about Tage Thompson is just Tage is magnificent. It's not even a question. He's just so big and so vast and such like a tantalizing player.
He is. He can do it all too. And when he's playing really good, he's for sure one of the best in the league. And he got all the skill set and all the tools in the world to be that guy.
We want to talk about the All-Star game in the weekend. You were recently voted best dressed All-Star by us. We thought that you looked amazing yesterday. We went right up to you.
Appreciate that.
Interrupted stuff you were doing. Was very sorry about that, but we were like, Rasmus, just wanted to say, damn. What? So you had the green cardigan that said R on it. Was R for Rasmus?
Oh yeah.
That's incredible. Was it custom made?
No, it was not custom.
Okay.
The brand was rude, but I went with it.
I like it. It was a great look. I do want to flesh out the Zach Benson living situation. How does that get set up? Is that like a you decision? Is that the team asks if he can live with you?
The whole thing was he's a rookie, right? 18 years old, and he was looking for places, and it was talk about him going to a billet family in Buffalo and stuff. So I was like, I got a new home this summer, and it's too big for just two persons. So I was like,
Sick flex.
no, it's not flex. But I had room, and I asked him, "Do you want to stay at my place?" And he said, "Yeah." And it's been, I absolutely love having him in my place. We're having a ton of fun.
What's the worst thing about him as a roommate?
I mean, he never listens to what I say. He just does his own thing, and does whatever he wants.
Did you live with anybody when you came into the league?
Me and Casey Middlestad lived for 3 years when I got into the league. Yeah.
Two pretty young guys, like at the same time, the same situation. What did you take from that experience going with Zach Benson now? Anything?
I mean, we had a blast, me and Casey Middlestad, but I kind of wished I learned this like off ice stuff with preparation and recovery. I mean, I had McDonald's way too many times that season, and at the end of the season, I couldn't even play out there because I was so gassed. Like 80 games, I'm not used to that, and all this little stuff I'm trying to help Zach with, and I figured it out. But after a few years,
You're still so young, but like having a younger player live with you, does that like? Do you feel it like beefs up your leadership bona fides and that like you're learning a little more about like how to deal with, again, as a young man yourself, but like how to deal with kids these days?
Yeah, I'm 23. No, but yeah, it's definitely, I'm a better person because I want to lead by example. I want to show him the best side of me, to eat right, and it feels like he's always watching me, so I'm trying to do the right things, and it helps. And so it's also good for my hockey having him in there. So yeah.
Did you like the All-Star draft, the whole spectacle of it all?
Yeah, it was cool. It was a really cool setup. Yeah.
So the celeb captains, because this was in Toronto, were Will Arnett, Tate McRae, Bieber, Michael Bublé. Who would be, if there were an All-Star game in Sweden, who would the celeb captains be?
William Nylander, because he's pretty much a celebrity back home.
It's unbelievable.
I mean,
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of places he'd be a celebrity captain right now, especially here.
He's also like leaning into like the celebrity thing. I feel like he's out there in the podium with like his chest. He's got the earring, got like the long hair. He's like really leaning
It's
into
cool.
like I'm a sex
I
icon.
respect it. Yeah, for sure.
But I mean, I've seen countless documentaries about like ABBA and like Max Martin and all these like Swedish celebrities, and a lot of things that they push is that like for like hyper talented people from Sweden, they push like be humble and everything. How do you feel that works for you as you're in a different country where if you're a star here, you're supposed to be outgoing and all this big stuff and be larger than life?
Yeah, I like it more. If you're a star, you should show it and be yourself. Have crazy clothes, be yourself, and all that. And Sweden, it's kind of like everyone is the same. Don't try to be anyone and stuff. So I absolutely love when all the stars, you see Matthews, Nylander, and all these guys do what they're doing. I think it's helped the game and it helps everyone. So I'm more American and North American on that side for sure.
Pasternak also dressed incredibly yesterday. He had a whole ass suit that just looked like piss, but it was awesome. It was the coolest thing that's ever looked like piss ever. I wanted to get your thoughts on the Four Nations Cup. That's going to be Canada, Sweden, U.S., and Finland. There's so many good players that get left out of that. Pasternak played in Sodertai. So, like, do you guys get him? Do you scoop up? Do you, like, make JJ Peterka a fake ID and just, like, scoop up all these free agents?
I'd love to. Yeah. No, I mean, that when that got released today, I was so happy because when I was young, all I watched, because you can't watch NHL when you're a kid back home in Sweden because it's in the middle of the night, and then you're able to watch all the best players play against the best players, especially from our country. It's really, really good for Swedish hockey, and we haven't been able to do that because of COVID and stuff. So I'm very happy that I pulled that off, and I think it's gonna be a good future with the Olympics and stuff now too. So yeah, I'm super excited for that.
As like a big time hockey guy, like younger guy, were you like a YouTube highlights guy for the NHL?
Yeah, I never watched any live games. All I watched was the Swedish league. But you heard about all these players like Peter Forsberg and all those guys, and yeah, I was always on YouTube watching him go 16 laps around the net and score goals and stuff. So yeah.
You didn't have it was Tage, right, who had the YouTube channel where he just cut up highlights and had like his own NHL mixtapes.
Yeah.
You do any stuff like that?
Yeah, I had an Instagram like double tap if you like hockey. I posted stuff like that all the time.
Really?
Yeah, I think I got like 1,000 followers or something. It was pretty cool.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Keep it going.
Yeah.
Man, that's incredible. You hit, I want to say 102.3 in the hardest shot competition last year. We saw Char was on our flight on the way over here, and I was like, damn, I still like kind of want to see him go out there just to see what he can do. I have no stats to back this up, but in this day and age of the Michigan and all of these fun, cool, sweet moves, I want the slap shot to remain the baddest fucking thing somebody can do out there. How good does it feel to rip an incredibly hard slap shot?
It's the best feeling ever. And then see, I mean, using what's it called, the shooter or whatever you call it, that for a hardest shot. What's it called?
Like the radar?
The radar. Do that. It's the funniest thing ever. Like I do it all the time in the summer and just see how hard I can shoot it. And to pull off like a hard one-timer in games, it's like, oh, this feeling is amazing.
You know what's also underrated? Especially like on the power play? A good slap pass, because it means people are afraid of you.
Mm-hmm.
It means that like you got him right where you want him. We did a hardest shot thing in Columbus. They have one of those, and I think like maybe Sean got like 40 miles an hour. You did like one of us I think got like
me. 68 or something.
Oh,
we were like
no.
barely hitting double digits.
Oh, no.
It
Tough
was,
scenes.
and then even we were like, it's okay. We took video of it and we were like, well, we'll post the ones of us doing like the accuracy shooting. Like our shots were like rainbows. It was tough, but I'm glad that the slap shot still stands for something in the NHL.
It
If
has
that's
to.
the best feeling, what's the worst feeling on the ice?
Like you what's it called? You go from forward skating to backward skating, or like toe picking. It's got to be the worst, no? And they just beat you up the ice.
What's the most embarrassing penalty to take?
The one I took, like
He was
what
baiting
it?
I was
you.
baiting you.
Yeah, you were. Oh my god.
That was like one of my favorite moments of the season.
I knew about the rule, but it's like the puck is right there. I gotta take it.
Well, what's crazy is like the people that have done it are awesome players. Dougie Hamilton did it a few years ago. You did it. So like it's not like it's not like a like bozo kind of thing. It's just like it must be so tempting as a hockey player to have the puck in front of you and be like, better not.
For sure. And it was a 2-on-1 too, so I was like, oh, I'm going. And then right back in. It was crazy.
What did your teammates
Yeah.
say to you when you eventually saw them again?
Like, are you effing dumb?
That's the best.
Yeah.
How long did it take you to live that down? How long did they give it to you for?
2 days.
Okay.
The practice next day, and then it was over.
I will say, we saw Akira Schmid play a goaltender play the puck across the center ice line this season
On a delayed
on
penalty.
a delayed
this
penalty
season?
this season.
It was
Like a goaltender on his way to the bench, play the puck across mid ice and got on a delayed penalty and then negated the penalty. It was one of the funniest moments of the year.
Rasmus, I don't use drugs. It felt like what I imagine drugs feel like watching. It was the most incredible. A rush came over us, and later, like maybe like 10 minutes later, there was another delayed penalty. And
The puck
we're
went by
professionals
him.
and everything, but we were like, he's open. Get it to Schmidt. It was amazing. I love shit like that, though. And-
We need more of that.
yeah, like fun moments that, as long as I don't know, I bet that when you take that penalty, that's a long ass 2 minutes, right?
Yeah,
of
and
just
it
being
was
like,
a guy heckling me the whole 2 minutes before that penalty, and I took that and got right back into it. He was screaming the whole time, like, "You're so dumb!" Blah, blah, blah. It's so funny.
So I was gonna say, if anybody did give you shit for it, if like one of your teammates gave you shit for it, just statistically, there's such a good chance your comeback could be like, "I'm so much better than you, though. Shut up! Like, I'm awesome."
yeah, but I'm done though.
No,
I just imagine you gotta be like itching to get out of the box after 2 minutes and just dying to get back out there.
Yeah.
And as soon as you get the opportunity, you're going right back in. That sucks.
Yeah,
it's
sucks.
Shawshank. You know, in Shawshank when he gets out of solitary confinement, and right away he's like, "Give him another month."
Yeah,
And he has to get back in there. It's no good. We are a friendly podcast to the likes of Jeff Skinner, with whom you share a hockey team. He's
share
got
clothes.
a million wild stories. He has an embarrassing story about meeting Taylor Swift. Zach Dalpe was giving us a crazy story about shooting Nerf guns with him and Ed Sheeran. What kind of Jeff Skinner stories do you have?
Did you guys see what he did last season with the Between Two Stalls?
Of course.
Incredible.
Yeah, incredible, right? He came up with the whole thing. He made everything up, and everyone would just listen to him. So it was his idea.
Truly one of the funnier pieces of content, like in or outside of sports, I've seen recently.
Can't believe he doesn't still going with it. He just shut it down. I don't know what's going on.
He's
That's
got that day
disappointing.
job. Plays
Yeah.
too much hockey.
Yeah, exactly.
We were trying to talk him into transitioning it into a political show. A lot of divisive topics, really rile people up.
It's not
His
a good
numbers would be
idea.
incredible.
Between two
yeah,
parties.
the numbers would be great. Yeah.
Between two parties, he would just have to be like a little like sunburnt and just like a little angrier, and just we'd be able to get some really good content with him. Mentioned Linus Olmark before. What's your relationship with him? Because he is the loveliest person in the world.
Yeah, he's the best. He's so funny off the ice, and on the ice, you guys know what he can do.
I did want to ask about the downtime during the All-Star game. So, like, my understanding is you've signed autographs and you've gone to the aquarium. If you had to get one autograph at the aquarium, which animal would you request?
Just a shark. Easy answer.
But
The ki-
but you're going up to the shark and saying, like, could you sign this?
Oh yeah,
No fear. That's
no fear. I
it's
mean,
the mark of a good
the
athlete.
king of the sea. If I'm able to do that, I can do anything, right? So
That is true. That would change the rest of your life. I would probably say seal. Seals are incredible.
All I'm hearing is that Rasmus Dahlin wants to play for the Sharks.
Oh, you can start the rumors.
I'm just kidding.
yeah,
Oh,
sounds
we
great.
actually do ask our guests all of this. What can we take out of context and blow up into a bigger story than it is, so we can get a lot of buzz?
wow. I can come up with a lot of weird stuff.
Or any like rumors about your teammates or anything?
Yeah. For
Bad
sure,
vibes.
for sure.
I can see the wheel spinning. You're just
You're
deciding
just
which
deciding
direction.
whether like do I go there or not.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. I got some stuff on Samuelson, but I don't know if it's a good path to go down.
Well, how about this? We asked Sean Dursey, who's the worst player on your team, and he got mad at us. He didn't get mad at us, but he was like, Jesus, I'm not going to say who they do. In Arizona, they have defense and goalie meetings or goalie dinners where they don't invite the forwards and they just talk shit about them the whole time. Do you guys do anything like that?
No, we don't. But we have our D meetings where we shit on the forwards for sure. No dinners though.
Amazing. Last question, I suppose. If you could change anything about the NHL, what would it be other than media obligations like this?
If you score during your power play, their player shouldn't come out from the box. You should still go
So
for the full 2 minutes.
what about the PWHL rule where if you score shorthanded, the power play ends?
Oh, that's a good one
Yeah.
too, because you did a great job, right? Yeah.
Right. Like I feel like if it's gonna work that way, I like the idea of keeping like full 2 minutes regardless. But I also think that it's more of a reward for the penalty killing team that if you score, that should be the end of the power play.
For sure.
I know this one guy, one of the best players in the NHL, accidentally played the puck from the penalty box, had to stay in the box. Imagine if the other team scored like 11 times. Is there no limit on how many times they can score?
No.
So you would sit there and take 11 goals against in there? Like,
I mean, you did something illegal, so it's your fault. So.
do the crime, do the time.
Exactly. And
We are getting political.
No, and also I think you can't just shoot the puck down ice. It's an icing, even if it's PK, right?
I do like that, but dude, especially as a defense, you'd be so winded. Those PKs would be so taxing. Or I guess you just wouldn't shoot the puck down. Like you just run the risk of never throwing it down the ice.
Yeah, I don't know what would happen, but I think it would be more goals for the power play.
More injuries, a lot more blocked shots, I bet, because people would just have to lay out to be like, we need anything that's going to stop
I do find it really interesting that like your answers and your fixes are like very offensively
More
based
goals.
as a defenseman.
Yeah, I mean the fans want to see goals, right? And we all want points, and I don't know. I think it's good.
Do you think that you could play forward?
I would say more of a centerman.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know if I want to forecheck and stuff. That's stops and starts. I just want to angle and just chill out there.
Seems like a chiller vibe on the back end. At least,
Yeah.
like you know your job. I'm responsible. I'm here, but you can also have some fun when you want to.
Exactly.
I did lie when I said last question because I realized we'll all be furious with ourselves if we don't ask this. We're a big Jersey podcast. Sean is a big Sabres guy. Pete is a big Sabres jersey guy. I love all the stuff. What is the best Sabres uniform?
The goat head for sure. It's
Hell yeah.
It's easy.
I own a Rasmus Dahlin goat head jersey.
Really?
I do.
I appreciate
I
that.
do. It's actually my profile
I think he's
picture on
got
Twitter.
a sign one
really?
more
Yeah.
autograph, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well-
love ending an interview with me just gushing and being embarrassing.
I have wanted to do that though with the player to just like establish like we ain't your daddy's interview. For example, can I have your autograph?
Right,
Like
we
the most
love you.
unprofessional shit you could do. Rasmus, you are the best. We've seriously wanted to get you on for a long time, and we appreciate you coming on with us.
Thanks, guys. I appreciate it.